Tonight, the family of Andre Montgomery Jr. holding a balloon release hours after a jury found his uncle guilty of orchestrating his murder. The jury deliberated about 17 hours before reaching a verdict in the murder-for-hire case. Tim Norman is known for being a reality TV star on the show Welcome to Sweetie Pies. Defense attorneys told 5 on Your Side they were surprised and disappointed at the outcome. Prosecutors said the evidence was overwhelming and Norman's plan was straightforward. After the verdict, we spoke with Norman's defense attorney and with Montgomery's family.
He's a very strong person, and so I think he still, despite the verdict, has a lot of optimism that we're going to overcome this and ultimately prevail.
He was greedy, and he was willing to take his nephew's life.
My mother got some peace. We knew it was him. We knew it.
When Norman is sentenced on December 15th, he could face up to life in prison. The defense plans to appeal.
That it was him, wasn't him, but this taught me a lesson. It really did. But
you're doing good.
It taught me a lesson, and we got justice. Yes, we did. The lesson is, I don't care how much money a person got. I don't understand. You cannot underestimate it. Greed. I don't care if y'all think he's just satisfied or he's stable. No, greedy, jealousy, envious. He was never a role model to my brother. Never. They had my brother living in a dump, in a shack. My brother was not living good. You know, my brother was not. He ran. He told us. You know, we did everything we could. I mean, we just thought it was a better opportunity for him, and they played him. They played my brother. Man, my brother loved his family. He loved his family, no matter what. And my brother was very helpful, goofy. Like, my brother wasn't like this thug like they said he did. Pictures can say, but that's social media, you know? Justice for my brother, that's all that matters to me.
So tell us who Andre was. They put a lot of evidence about him being like in the streets, but you're his family. You know who he was. Tell the people who Andre was.
I want to say teenager trying to find himself. You know, they put him as like he was this thug. He wasn't a thug. My brother loved music. He did rap, but listen to his lyrics. What rap and music y'all hear him killing, robbing people, breaking into? He didn't, you know, he wasn't like that. He spoke street life. My brother was street smart and book smart. He graduated. You know, like, it wasn't like he was out to get after anyone or try to make him seem like he was this hard thug. He wasn't. You know, my brother was loving, caring. Yes, he smoked weed. He fed the homeless people. Someone needed diapers, milk. He went out his way and bought diapers and milk for this person.
And he did not rob his grandmother.
He did not rob his grandmother. That was a lie. My brother, he ran from that. He did not want to do that. He did not rob his grandmother. And it's so messed that he reached out to his grandma and she ignored that. She ignored that. It's just trifling.
Did he say anything to any of you about being scared of him?
Yes.
All the time.
He said if anything happened to him, we told her. We told her. He told all of us.
It's okay. Take your time.
It's not like it's okay.
It's okay.
So, before he died, Ms Robbie called his phone and was cussing him out and would say, "Mother effer, you ain't my grandson. F you, mother effer, blase, this and this and that." I don't think she was aware of her surroundings because my brother, he's the type of person where something is not right, he's going to put on speaker for all of us to hear. And he kept saying, "Grandma, I didn't do it. I'm trying to tell you, Grandma, Uncle Tim did it." And she was just going on cussing him out. "And you ain't going to my funeral, I ain't going to go to your funeral." And Dre was like, "Grandma, I didn't do it. I'm trying to tell you, I didn't do it." Me and my sisters, and then we was all sitting there like, "Dre, if you didn't do it, don't worry about it." He threw his phone. He was, "I'm going to be one of God's soldiers." Right there when he told me that means he's going to sacrifice to prove to his grandmother that he did not rob his grandmother. He did not rob his grandmother. And that day, that's when he left, and that's when we found out he died. You know, that was messed up. She knew. She was aware of it. She was aware of it. For her to walk in at the funeral, Tim didn't stay at the funeral. Tim stopped the whole train. He didn't come to the view. He came there with bulletproof vests on, with bodyguards, and we thought that, how come y'all didn't think that was weird? Like, they come all the way to Lubbock, Texas.
No emotions.
No emotions, nothing. Him and his grandmother standing back behind me talking and whispering. I kept looking back like, are y'all for real?
Why everyone's crying. Yeah.
Are y'all for real?
Yeah.
And then they said, I don't know why they crying. They knew he was a street nigga. What? That's your grandson. Your grandson been with you since forever. Whatever. Dre learned a lot of things from his grandmother. He folded his money a certain way. He was very frugal with his money because he didn't want to be broke. Because his grandmother taught him that. So, you know, Dre loved his grandmother, man. He loved his grandmother. He did. Yeah. You know, it's just messed up. But anyways, at the funeral, they wasn't crying. We was on our way to the burial site. Tim stopped the whole traffic. My thing is this: why would you allow your son to stop the traffic to catch what flight? This is important. This is your nephew's funeral. Your only nephew from your brother only had one child. Why? No one said nothing. Nobody lifted an eyebrow. No one said anything. I paid attention to all of that. I said, yeah, they did it. They got something to do. To catch a flight to LA. That's not that important. You didn't go to his wake. You just want to make sure he was dead. And that's what you did. And you left. And he sat there on that stand crying and lying and stuff. Boy, my brother had no access to your vehicle. My mother, he would call my mother to send money and food. My mother would buy pizza out here to feed him. My mother was doing all of that. That was a lie. They had my brother out here in the slumps.
Yep.
That little penthouse he was staying next to.
Yeah, it was all run down, and it had the efficiency, and it had a rusty stove inside of it. Nice. The bed, the cot, looked like a Salvation cot that he was sleeping on. It was 2 little iron, metal-looking chairs, and it was so small, it was like a little box room where he lived in, right next door to Tim's penthouse. Because I visited him up there, and I was asking him, "Why are you living like this?" He said, "Well, this is where I have to live. They put me here." And he would go to work when he called the driver, not using Tim's cars. Because we went down to the bottom garage, and there was 3 cars down there. He said, "These are Uncle Tim's and Grandma's car." It was only 3. And I said, "You don't get to drive these?" And he said, "No, I have to call the driver to take me to work and bring me back here." But that place he lived in was like so shabby. I came back and told my sister in Texas what he was living in, a run-down, shabby place next door to a penthouse. And he told me then that Tim didn't like him. He told me that Tim was paying for women to come and see him. But whenever Andre went over to Tim to visit, Tim got mad because the women always turned toward Andre for attention. They wanted to give their attention to him. So Tim told him he wasn't allowed to come back over anymore because all the women he was paying for to come see him always geared toward Andre. So,
You think Tim was jealous?
he was very jealous. Look at it. Tim's a Norman. Andre's a Montgomery. He's the last lineage of the Montgomery family. So if anything happened to Ms Robbie, it would go to Andre. Tim didn't want that because he wanted to make sure he got whatever left over his mom because he was greedy. And he was willing to take his nephew's life. And anybody else, I wouldn't be surprised if he had influence on his mom. That's how bad he was greedy for money.
What went through your head when you first learned that there was that, $200,000 to $450,000 life insurance?
If Dre had robbed Ms Robbie, he would have been flashing everywhere. He would have been having his friends all decked out. He'd be driving a limousine, making flights, living large. Dre didn't do that. There's no way he would have done that. He's not a thief. Dre is not a thief.
Thank y'all so
He
much.
loved
We gotta
people.
go.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.